Man, this week was hard for me. I don't picture myself going to Leboji. I don't picture myself going to Bandali to party. Because I know I have like 100K. That is like approximately 6 beers. Guys are bowling on real bottles. Bottle to bottle. Like, you see bottles of whiskey. Let me tell you, millennials, I don't know what the problem is with us. We enjoy being alone so much, which affects us in the end.
Let me mention this. I quite often I meet upcoming artists, but they're treating themselves like stars. Last time DJ Smokey was talking about it. You're an artist. You know me Bako. I know DJ Slide Through. I could be knowing Selector Timo. I could be knowing
a lot of guys.
Derek Files and so many DJs out there. I can connect you to DJ Slide Through. But why do you want me to connect, to be the middle person? I've already introduced you to the person. Give the music directly to him. No.
You can't tell me that you have Mono Watch. And like, all the movies they have are translated. What do you mean? That's why my favorite VJ is Jingo. Because for him, he will not translate for you. He will narrate the story for you.
Those things are quite expensive in this way. What's up, everyone? Welcome to yet another episode of the Dark Roster podcast. And today I have an interesting guest, a colleague of mine. Some of you already know him. And please, slide through. Come and talk to the people.
How is everybody doing tonight? I don't know if it's afternoon or
Mangwago.
Whenever you're watching this, how are you doing? This is the Dark Roster podcast. We're back again with another beautiful episode. Yeah, man, it's always a blessing to be here. You know, hanging out with friends, having a good conversation, having the best directors of photography.
I always want to start off by catching up with what is happening in our country and, of course, in the world. You already know what is happening in the Arab countries there, the war that is ongoing. Are you bothered?
I am bothered.
Because there's a talk of World War III. We may be seated here when something big is going on.
You know, for some reason I wouldn't be bothered. Because I don't think it's something that is really concerning to me. But I am bothered in a way that most of our fuel prices now, the hiking of the fuel prices, are because those guys are in war. There's a gulf that is serves over how many watts of fuel. I'm not really sure because I don't watch the news that often. But like the fuel prices, if you realize, they have started going up. You guys, you better stock up some fuel.
For me, my worry would have to be, of course, now those countries, that's where a majority of our brothers in Uganda and sisters are working. You live here, Uganda, to go abroad thinking you're going to find greener pasture, but then it turns out you're facing concerns that are not of your own making. But we hope for the best, that the war can cease, that these people can sit on the ground, and we hope for the best.
At the end of the day, we have nothing to do about that. Whether they get problems or they are safe, it's in the hand of God. I have 3 brothers. 3 of my elder brothers are outside there. In between that, one of them works with the U.S. Embassy. The others are working in Abu Dhabi. Something.
Saudi?
No, not Saudi. Anyway, but all of my elder brothers are working there. So, yeah. I'm worried that something might happen to them, but I can do nothing about that because even the airports are locked and everything. So they can't fly back in here and stuff. So we just have to keep our hands crossed. Since this is Ramadan, our hands have to be like this. Prayer.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Yesterday you were at Leboti for the Boogie. Was it Boogie's birthday? How was it? First, tell us.
You know, there's one thing I've learned about the Gen Zs. Because they're flooding first of all, Gen Zs are flooding the marketing, the dating market. They are so much in the disco market as well. So Gen Zs know how to party. If you were at Leboti yesterday, when Boogie was having his birthday, you can really tell that these guys came to have a good time because they were singing and dancing to every song that was played.
You're mentioning Gen Zs, but then you make it look like they were the majority
of course,
at the event.
90%.
Because me, of late, I've observed that there's a certain number of people who no longer want to step out of their houses lately or want to go out anywhere. People nowadays are so obsessed with work. They are so obsessed with a lot that keeps them indoors and not want to step out as it were before. I wonder where the habit of bar hopping went to. I wonder where the habit of bufundas, the house parties disappeared to. So I'm interested to know from you why people don't step out quite often nowadays, because there is a thing that you only find a few bars, say on Bandali, that are always having a full house. Yeah. So why is it that now there are bars that are getting isolated and with few numbers, say in Nigeria, say in Kololo, because those bars used to have so many people then? Is it a thing of it's just a period, then that area phases out? Because you're mentioning Leboti and you're telling me it was full house, yet of late we are seeing so many bars that are struggling even to keep numbers.
Now, the thing is, there's so many pointers I could put out in that question, but like I would start like this. The reason why I wouldn't want to get out there, because now bars have become like a competition. People are just showing off how much they made in the week. Like on Saturday, guys are balling real hard. Man, this week was hard for me. I don't picture myself going to Leboti. I don't picture myself going to Bandali to party, because I know I have like 100K. That is like approximately 6 beers. Guys are balling on real bottles, bottle to bottle. Like you see bottles of whiskey. Girls dancing, man. So that's one of the reasons guys no longer go out like that. The second reason I think people don't go out. People have found comfort at home, staying at home. People have grown up. People have learned that there is life after partying, or even before partying. So some people feel safer to stay at home and have a good time with their guys. I have a guy ever Saturday, they play PlayStation at home. They have a few drinks, they play some music, probably catch up on life and stuff. So people are growing up now, and the bars don't give like they used to before lockdown. You know, before lockdown, guys used to come to the party.
The experience is different.
The experience is totally different. Like people don't go out to the bar. Even us as DJs. Whether I'm a DJ, my name is DJ Spy 3, in case you didn't know. But like guys now go to the bar, because even bars, wherever you go, guys are selling more of people sitting down than people dancing. We don't have clubs anymore.
That is the same conversation I was having with one of the senior DJs in the industry, who you very well know, Konk Muchiga.
Yeah, man.
We were having a conversation, and he was telling me, for him, when he's in this business, they told him how there's a difference between a lounge, a difference between a bar, a club, a restaurant. But nowadays you're finding bars trying to have a mix of
giving
everything.
Them a lot of
and in the process, they end up not giving a good experience, because me, the time when I started going to bars, we used to go to bars even whereby you didn't know the DJ was playing there.
But you came to have a good
You didn't know which theme night it was. But nowadays you have to know whether it's reggae, whether it's dancehall. You used to just go openly and have fun.
One more thing I can add to that. You see, you may have the same playlist and you give it to slide through, and then you give it to DJ X.
But the execution are different.
Execution, of course, it's going to be different. But like what I'm saying is, the same playlist, people may dance to DJ X more than they dance to slide through, because slide through because people dance the name now. If DJ X is playing, these guys want to dance to that guy, whether you know the guy or you don't, but you've heard of the guy. People don't care whether you're a good DJ or not anymore. And that is how it is now. We have to just make peace with that.
Because I know even
people now dance the name.
I know some bars whereby they will only allow you to play because of how you're on social media. Of course, it is good to always put your brand outside there, but at times it could be misleading. You may end up not getting somebody who's quality just because they do have the numbers in whichever they might have accumulated them.
I don't really agree with that though, because I believe all of us have to be active with our socials and stuff. Like we have to really be active, because it's the new normal, man. You have to be active as a person. Present say to Jeta Gamo industry. Why? Like you can't just sell music now. There are a lot of DJs, there are a lot of options. There's Spotify, there's AI music,
YouTube.
There's YouTube, there's AudioMac. All of those guys are selling music out there. And you can't just stand there and be like, me, I'm a DJ. That is not all you can sell to people now.
Because for me now, personally, I usually want to go out to bars to dance. But you're going to a bar where they're filled everywhere with seats.
Yes, of course you dance.
You filled everywhere with seats. How is someone going to dance? what I remember back then when I just started going out is that you would go to a place. Sorry, I have to mention some of these places for good reason. For example, Chadondo. You would go to Chadondo. They have all the space, but then they have all the chairs, but they will put the chairs somewhere whereby they will only give it to you when they've asked for it. But imagine you're going to a place and there are more chairs than you're making these chairs that are so comfortable, like sofas. So, someone after 2 drinks, they just go to doze off because you made it so comfortable.
Do you know why that is? Because, okay, now this is what I'm going to explain this to you the easiest way you can understand. So, like you said, Kokmujiga once told you that when he was coming in this business, I told him he knew the difference between a lounge, a club, and a bar.
And a restaurant.
We don't have more clubs now in Uganda. Why? Because clubs are meant to have entrance of like 50K. The bar owner, I don't make a loss today because guys have entered for their 50K. Guys are coming here to buy 2-3 beers and dance. Now, the bars that we see are selling more of chill. Guys are looking at the business side of it. Can we make money out of this? Because talking to kutebo ya musajja, you get like, you must have like 3 buckets. You have like 3 cartons of water. You get. But then, so guys are selling more of a chill. You come chill, buy more drinks, get drunk, go home.
But now the challenge is now, it has now made bars more expensive. Yeah. For God's sake, how did we move from 4,000 to now 7,000, which is quite the average for normal beers in a bar? And to make matters worse, because outings are not just about going to bars, going to lounges. Bufundas had come. But nowadays, Bufundas are competing with bars in terms of prices. Jesus Christ, you only have 1 waitress. 1 waitress, and that is all you're operating.
There's no DJ actually, there's just
exactly. And then you're charging 60,000. Let's go back to prices that are normal. Let people move out and chill. Exactly. So, I think in that way, people will be enticed to come out and have fun.
Yeah.
But then again, people out there, life is for living. Life is not for surviving. You spend a whole month working at a job whereby you get money and you cannot get 25,000 to come and
enjoy your life, bro. Like
life is for it's for living. It's not for surviving. Buy yourself something.
A new shoe, man. Buy yourself a new T-shirt. You see, my last salary, I spent almost everything, but I bought a T-shirt for myself. I'm happy that I did that. And so many people don't find peace in that. Well, I find peace in that because I know in the whole of my salary that I received last month, T-shirt and I can see it there, and it's a nice one. It's not the one I'm wearing now, but like
because why I point out this is because I am now going to a point whereby people in the years to come are going to get more lonely because now they are having more leisure that is in their homes and stepping out. Actually, I'm not talking about people stepping out to go to bars. Take time off on a weekend, go visit your friends, go visit your colleagues. Guys, we studied in the same schools, we studied in the same universities. But people no longer want to meet your colleagues. Even when you're having your free days, you're finishing something on the laptop. These things that are going to make you sick, and we are going to start soliciting for you money for surgery, operation, because loneliness is going to become a problem. And for you Gen Zs, I do not know why you don't want to step out to some of these places. We millennials don't eat. Please come to these places. Let's hang out.
Paco, let me tell you something. If we're talking about stepping out and being there for each other, millennials don't beat Gen Zs at any one point in time. Trust me, these guys are so connected to each other, more than you can even imagine, because I deal with a lot of Gen Zs now.
But I think they're more connected on social media than physical engagement.
Bro, these guys link up, bro. Never gonna drinks. Let me tell you, I was going to give a very example that is not necessary, but I have someone I know you know. That goes out like every day to just have a drink with a friend. So let me tell you, millennials, I don't know what the problem is with us. We enjoy being alone so much, which affects us in the end. And we forget that me coming to visit you or reaching out to you and be like, hey man, Bako, how is life treating you today? How can we solve this? How can we do this and that? You get? It is one of the things that is affecting us personally now. That's why you see, have you seen, okay, millennials are dealing with a lot of stuff like drugs and stuff because for them they're easily influenced, which is not the same case with us, the millennials. We know how we had a tough upbringing. Like your mom would.
So it is now also influencing.
Your mom would just look at you. My mom has an eye. If you're doing something wrong, she will not talk to you. But she will be like this. She will be like this. And you're like, I think I'm doing something wrong. Now let me change. So Those guys don't have that now. What parents now are doing is literally pampering their kids, and it's a good thing. But at the end of the day, sometimes they need that tough love. It's one of the things that. So I'm telling you, Gen Zs reach out to each other, and they link up. Maybe for the wrong reasons, but they do that. They know themselves no more. Gen Z is not better, but I think Faluk's not doing well, man. I think I should go and check on this guy. Without even reaching out, okay. Because they needed that quality time together. So these guys are really, I love what they do. They take themselves on dates. But for us, the millennials, how can I be here and date?
Quite often, you know, I engage with people who are more in my age bracket, people I studied with in schools, at university, secondary, and primary, and all that. And many of them are talking about loneliness. Some of them, when they went into marriages, they became like as if they're in prison.
Those
Getting
guys
married doesn't stop you from moving out.
Those guys marry early.
And eventually,
now they are frustrated.
When you get a problem, you can't find anyone to reach out to.
And they're trying to pin their things on us now who are not yet married and stuff. You guys, you married early. I'm giving you.
No, I don't think there's a problem with marrying early.
There's a lot to do with marrying early. You can't tell me you married at 23. Like, what do you know at 23? You're literally just done with campus. And I mean, if you reach that level, unless you've been in the employment industry for like 6 years, the age of 17 or 18. But if you went to school and completed campus, bro, by 23 you're just literally done with campus. Like, you started to experience life as living alone and stuff. You get experiencing this, going to Leboti and getting wasted. Now we found our friend yesterday at Leboti. This guy was in a vibe, guy. He's just waiting to bag some kabadi day. He has his drink here. He's all suited, that was from my graduation, but the guy was just waiting. See, you need to experience such life. Because for me, what I want now people to do is to also become more creative beyond the works, the jobs they do. Because guys my age are more into the jobs, deep-rooted. Because you know very well, for me, I've been out of employment for quite some time. Something I really can't shy away from sharing. But I've noticed that difference of when you're at work and even when you're outside this side. We have so many friends of ours that even when you leave that job, they never reach out to you. You get it? People don't contact you again. So it shows you that there's a life beyond the job that you need to step out and try and meet other people. Slide. You're a DJ, you're a creative. It's not like you didn't study with people. I did. I want the guy who plugs you with clothes to step out of Chikuba and come at your event. Yeah, you invite guys to at events, they don't step out. How do you want me to have money to come and buy a shoe when you don't step out to come and also support me? It needs to be. And when they see you, they want to act like they know you so much. Like, hey, man, yet it needs to be a network whereby you, the guy in Chikuba who is selling shoes, I buy from you as a plug, as my plug. When I also have an event, please step out. When I create content on social media, go watch it because it's a supportive system. And but some of you tend to show that if you're doctors, you do not step out. These things are meant for you. Yeah, these bars are meant for you. These things are part and parcel. Even you, you may think they are apostles. No. I'm not going there, but again, you don't have to stay in church the whole day like as if you're an apostle. Someone who is a church person for quite some time, and I know, man, these guys are glued to their thing, bro. No, but again, we need to go back. We need to go back to the old ways of linking up with people, connecting with people, because at the end of the day, we are all coming from the same societies. You were DJ, but you started with a lawyer. You were DJ, but you started with a policeman. So if I organize an event, step in because I'm also coming to look for something that you're doing. And again, you can still be a DJ and invest in a bar. And who's going to give you the knowledge? It's going to be your DJ friend. But then there's that distinction that is happening now, that certain people are taking themselves to be like they don't know a life beyond their jobs and all that. Because you've done that job for 5 years and still achieved nothing. But you have to remember that the company is not for your dad. Anytime you're fired, man, and they hire someone, you so like, you get. So you spend your 5 years there, you hate on people because you have that car job. And at the end of the 5 years, you're just there, man. You're roaming on the street like you never had a job for 5 years that paid you very well. You know, that is one of the things. I understand there could be so many excuses as to why people do not step out. Of course, you also have to point out that nowadays the security is really alarming and it is a concern. But I trust that there are so many things that can be done to try and alleviate the concern of insecurity. For example, when you step out, go to places where you know people. Those of you who know me who have my WhatsApp number, I always push out posters for places where we go happen. So you need to step out with people you know, and also go to places where you know someone. Quite often, I'm putting out places for people to come and hang out, assuring you that if you know me, I am already in that place. It doesn't happen often that I put out a poster
and I do not know what happens in those places. When you reach out to me in my WhatsApp, I'll tell you the prices, I'll give you the location, I'll tell you what is accepted there and what is not accepted. I'll tell you the drinks to expect, I'll give you directions. So I think it's always important that you go to places where you know people, first and foremost, to avoid issues of insecurity.
Talking about security, man, a lot of our guys lose so much, man. Like the DJs. Recently, there's a DJ that got robbed from his car. He was parked somewhere. You know, these places have securities and cameras and stuff. But for some reason, guy I'm robbing of like 12 million. In just, guy again, he came back to his car. His laptop wasn't there. He had, I think, an M3. He had his drive SSD that had all the music. You see, you can lose everything. But your hard drive, bro, that hurts a lot.
It's more like capital.
You collect your music there. Anyway, so we need to, I don't know what needs to be done, but places that we work for have to really ensure that security is good, man. Like, for real, man.
Because it doesn't stop at you, the person, but also your property.
You get.
And quite often, the places I announce, or the places I let you know, I trust that the security in those places is okay, because I believe for all the places where we've gone to, me and you, we've not really experienced any cases whereby
those cases are there, they may not happen on us,
but
because for us
minimal.
we are keen. Now me, the one thing I do is, because security starts with you, I can never leave my bag if I know it has something valuable. I can never leave it in the car. I don't care. I will have my bag here.
Yes, but then that goes back to the point of go to places where at least where if you've not gone with someone, go with someone you know. For example, I cannot just wake up randomly and say I'm going to buy in Mukono. Yet years ago, I would randomly just go to those places. But the nightlife keeps changing.
Yeah, man.
Because I've also been robbed at certain places. I won't fail to mention a place like Nyondo, which already closed. But
even the other bar that they robbed you from, of your...
That I must say, maybe I was a little reckless. No, I don't want to put it on them.
It doesn't have to.
But since then, I've gone back and things have changed. Yeah, so I think then the other thing has to be...
But man, you see, at the end of the day, this whole security thing is crazy. Guys need to work on security, but also you guys have to be clean, man. If you have valuable stuff, bro...
Leave it at home.
Not leave it at home, but move with it. At least that is the most security you can ever have. Because at the DJ booth, at least if you know that some of the DJs that are playing in the place, because I'm a DJ, I will talk about DJs more. But like, go to a booth, keep your stuff there. The DJ booth is usually
or talk to one of the waiters or the waitresses and keep at the counter.
Give them something at the end of the night, man. Don't
that 5K saves you losing something worth
next time, I'm coming out with open arms. He cares about me.
Another thing I would want to let people out there to use as a way of being safe, you can always talk to the security of those places, the bars. Talk to the bouncer to get your border person they trust. Use, okay, I don't want to talk about, I don't want to talk about, please don't step out and spend 500K only to use a taxi at night, for God's sake.
What do you mean?
Please.
An Uber to your place may be like 50K. You've spent 600K in the bar, bro. Be serious. This is something I talked about last. But DJ Tevagala Kwefako. Get out of here, man. Go get that Uber if you don't have a car yet. If you don't have friends who have cars, go get an Uber, bro. This for us. We are even giving them free kalango. There's so many.
Yeah, as long as it saves the people who are watching this podcast.
Then mileage you can but like up it may be all over. There's a time I was working in Chalwajala. Apparently that time I was staying in because I was still at campus. I was staying in Nabisunsa with my ex, one of my exes.
Nabisunsa
So like 12 hours, I was with a friend of mine. It was around 3 a.m. Then man, because then I was just starting the career. I was still at campus. I can't even say I was a DJ yet, professional DJ yet, because I was just trying out things. So I tell this guy, man, for security purposes, I know Chireka well, and I know Banda well. Why don't you just get an Uber from here? Guy now, let me get my phone, Uber, how much it costed us. You know, that thing costed us 15K. Okay, but we are sending it for our safety.
It's more important.
Safely.
Because it doesn't help for you to spend 500K in a night only to economize on a 20K for...
I think we have equipment.
It is more worthy than...
Yeah, bro. There's a time we're coming from. You know Eric?
Yeah.
And Derek. There's a friend of ours called Musime Derek. We are coming from one of those. Derek, I think. we are coming from his graduation. Katinga tugenda wa Eric, so tugenda Sula. Bro, netutambula from like Chireka tumanyi bulungi Kamuli Road is risky.
But you can't take chances.
But claps. I was with Shakul, Eric, the Derek. Eric and Aduke Missin, they were to MP. But why? We were reckless. The only thing we had to do was just get an Uber or get 2 borders to drop us home. That's why we were reckless. I had money. I had just bought that phone. It was, I think, like 1 month old. They swapped the thing.
So I think after sharing all that, there are so many ways, but at least that's what we can briefly share in terms of security. But yeah, so we urge you guys to always come to these places, because this is an economy that needs to support. This is an economy that needs to support each other. You're selling shoes in town. Come and support the DJ, because the DJs are not going to buy those shoes. Exactly. You get it? These bars are not meant for strangers. They are meant for you people. So step out, come and support these people.
That is called economies of scale.
You are an artist. Let me mention this. I quite often I meet upcoming artists, but they're treating themselves like stars. Last time DJ Smokey was talking about it. You are an artist. You know me Bako. I know DJs right through. I could be knowing Selector Timo. I could be knowing
a lot of guys.
Derek Files and so many DJs out there. I can connect you to DJ Slide Through. But why do you want me to connect, to be the middle person? I've already introduced you to the person. Give the music directly to him. But quite often you artists come to me. You don't want to make the connection with this guy. You want me to be. So how do you expect this guy to play this music? And stop this habit of sharing music on WhatsApp. Even if you give me music on WhatsApp, it's not going to help. Come and connect with this guy and let your music play in the bars.
You see now, the thing is...
it goes back now to, let's make a system that is supportive. You're an artist. Come and spend in my place, where I play. I also play your music.
So, you know, one time...
Hang in a bit. Namwe ba DJ, kati kansoke mba kube. Because... Ba DJ abamu mugane mujja mu bifo. Olusi ozze wokolera bakusasudde. Naye not spending away yadde n'amazzi, not agulawo n'amazzi. Manager oyo musubira otyo okuddamu okuyita omulundi omulala. Waba kuwadde emitwalo 2, gulawoko ekintu kyebiri. So, let's make a system that is...
supports each other.
Exactly.
Now listen, I have stories about that. So we were, I have a friend of mine who was at some place wanting to get a gig there. Then there's a DJ X who comes. First, why to young, I took one masimu to Sabomiya, Mugaga man, you can DJ what. So the other guy came. He got out his wallet, he got 200K. I'm going, boss, when you're a mature gala, you know, just randomly. So tell me how you're going to compete with that guy. And when that guy comes to that guy and he's like, man, you know what? I can work here. I'm a good DJ. You've seen my resume. Ajamulo always go faster than he thinks of us, however good we may be. I'm supporting. I'm exactly. Man. Another story I wanted to talk about: the artists coming to places where we work or where we do our stuff. There's a time I was with Marcus at Meet Guy. Nangamba man, because on Twitter, back then on Twitter, we used to rant a lot with Marcus. But like, he came out and told me, he asked me a question, bro. Are you an artist? No. Do you have any songs out? No. What are you doing here? I'm just here to connect with people. Nangamba, this is exactly the same thing artists need to do. They even need it more than you do. Because for them, they have a lot of stuff they're selling out there. Or you know better one, you spend on your DJs, on your people. You get.
You don't have to spend much by the way.
Sometimes you just need to come and this and this.
And that way the DJ will also play your song. I've seen this with, I remember back then when I was still at university. When I was still at university before the later radio passed on. They used to come there at Coco Bar in Ntinda with those of Weasel. Those guys used to bar hop by the way. Those guys would go to every bar, come buy a bucket, proceed. And their music used to play every night. Never only DJ. Music will take up YouTube.
Also, that has a disadvantage.
It has a but I'm talking about the upcoming artists, because by then those of Weasel and radio were hot, but those guys would take time and step out. I've seen Navi at one of those places. He comes and steps out. So, my upcoming artists, my content creators, by the content creators, TikTok. Come and step out for bagendo gula your beddings, bagendo gula your clothes.
Not enough, man.
So, in that way, we are going to be supporting each other. There are people who are starting to create content using kids. First of all, I'm a fan of those. But up to until when that child will become irrelevant. So, mutandiko kola content are relatable n'abantu. Okola content, your kid is dancing. Up to until when the kid is grown and no one is interested. Because sometimes we are watching and buying your items out of sympathy. But there's going to be a point when it will not work. Let me give you an example of Fresh Kid. The content Fresh Kid had when he had just blossomed he cannot eat off it right now. I saw one of the schools where I studied.
Maybe to the kids now. But kids now want different things.
So
they always want something new.
What am I trying to say? That step out, come to the ground. There's a friend of mine I met. By the big shout outs to the guys of East Africa Meat Carnival. I stepped out there and I met quite new people who we had a good conversation. I want to send big shout outs out to Josh the Fixer, content creators.
Big guy.
Go and check out on your TikTok. Go and type Josh the Fixer. You'll see quite interesting things on how to make amazing content.
Very
so
guy, man.
I had a conversation with him. Big shout outs to MC Rights. You guys really organized something good. East Africa Meat Carnival, big ups to you. And hopefully we come back and turn up again in big numbers. It was massive. Shout outs to DJ Slaughter, Ellie, DJ Haiba. You guys really arranged something
Those
good.
are all real guys, by the way.
Yeah.
Talking about realest guys.
Konk Mochiga, nice playlist. So, I stepped at the East Africa Meat Carnival and I had an interesting conversation with Josh the Fixer.
Solid guys, man.
And of late I've been checking out his content on TikTok. Yes, but he says, make content that is relatable. And it also goes back to now to the radios and TVs. Because you had a podcast that we released recently about the Just For, where you're talking about content creators, especially radios and TVs. Please, can we go back to content that is part of us, content that is relatable to the society? Stop giving us because thing is phased out.
We don't have to go back. These guys have to be flexible. Find something that will attach a Gen Z. Because I told you, in that podcast I talked about, I was 16. I was watching this TV with the same presenters that are still presenting up to now. What do you mean? I'm almost 30 now. And the TV is still airing.
I can't find the same guy on the radio, the same guy on the TV, and the same program.
My niece, who is 10 years, can't be watching the same show I watched with the same guys that probably, that doesn't make sense at all, bro.
Where did these programs go? Or did they just change how they broadcast them? Because now the problem I have nowadays with the content is that people are now stage managing content just for...
It is okay. You script something that is going to be relatable. Because, of course, movies are scripted, series are scripted. But, like, it's relatable. Do you know why we have hit movies? And you're like, hey, man, but this movie was dope. Why? Because it's relatable. People are seeing the thing. They probably went through it like 2 years ago, or they're going through it now. So like TVs and radios.
Because I come from the generation of the Chiravu Love by Rogers Mugisha. That's the radio program I started listening to.
That doesn't work anymore. Guys are now out there in real life. Radio. Now guys are doing it openly.
And now it goes back to now things have changed. People are no longer dating through those radio shows, because back then people would call and say, I want someone this, and he puts out the characters of the person they want. But then now it's more of dating apps.
Bro,
but again,
you see now, it's more of groundwork. Bro, if you want a real woman, you have to go down, bro, to the ground.
Then for those of you who are single now, you need to step out to these bars.
Not even the bars, anywhere, bro.
Anywhere, but it could be a restaurant, it could be a hotel. Because
personally, I can't date someone from the bar.
Really?
Yeah, because like we have the same life. I can't be out in the night. I have no one to prepare for me eggs when I'm back home. No. We can't have the same life. I need to have someone who is going to take care of me when I'm home. I will take care of them when they're outside as well, like doing their stuff. You get? I can't be out during the night and we are both out every weekend. Hey, baby, together. That can't be our life, bro. Who will take care of the kids when we have them? You get? So, personally, that is... content creator, stand. I can't date a content creator.
No, but again,
standing and baby,
another reason as to why I want people to step out and come to these places is that in that way you're supporting an economy which is part of the community you're living. We need to go back to things of communities because you're spending much time on Netflix, you're spending much time on...
it's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, but these are apps that are owned by foreigners.
It's okay.
You're putting in their economies.
What has the Ugandan market done to enable?
I'm not blaming because I understand their applications.
Because you can't tell me we have mono watch. Why are we even giving these guys free kalango?
No.
You can't tell me that we have mono watch and like all the movies they have are translated. What do you mean?
There are people who enjoy that.
Yeah, but I don't enjoy that. I want to watch a movie and because these guys translate stuff that is what about production to digital latency. Agenda kugamba ekintu nga kyayiseko dda You now who has watched the movie which is not translated.
But again, I'm telling you, what the thing about those things are...
That's why I like that's why my favorite VJ is Jingo, because for him, he will not translate for you. He will narrate the story for you.
Those things are quite expensive in this way. Hear me out.
It's not.
You're paying Netflix.
It's not.
You need data.
It's not. It's not.
You're paying, what do they call it? They call it PL, you people are playing Fantasy, Premier League. Okay, most of these things you're doing them home, but some of these things are bringing stress to most of guys in our age bracket. They're the things that are bringing too much stress to the people, because we are stressing about things that are not ours.
Do you know why I'm telling you this should be basic stuff? It's because it's expensive here.
In what way?
We are only struggling with the government policies of data is expensive, but if data was cheaper, like in our neighbors in Kenya, you wouldn't even feel the need to not subscribe to 20 Mbps or 100 Mbps, because that would be like, basically, that would be like 50,000. It would be like 50 for a month. Let me get that unlimited straight. Netflix is not expensive. If we had options here, without even our local content, ononya neka movie ke Uganda ku Netflix ngatoka lala.
But Jezili guy bazizanya probably just don't look out for.
I'm always on Netflix. You can't tell me I've watched only over like 3 to. What do you mean?
But I think then it also goes back. It goes back to the culture we have here. I think I was saying, was it MC Cuts? You know, he has a podcast later. You guys should check it out. He was talking about
how those guys are stepping away from TV.
He was talking about how we Ugandans are comfortable having one celebrity out there or one star out there. Of yes, Joshua Baraka has broken through, and guys will make it look like it's only him, or that stardom is only him. We should have it. Yet
fighting Joshua Baraka now.
Exactly. But again, we cannot have one. Ask yourself why the Nigerians have quite many. Irasta can be booming, while Asake is booming, while Wizkid is still running. But for us here, we always get comfortable with one person, and we are... Because now, for example, for us we content creators, because I know so many people who are now thriving off Joshua Baraka's stardom now, they'll keep talking what he has done right, what he has done wrong. But imagine we had 7 of them. We are having much content to talk about.
Yeah, so many people
we content creators need to push out to these people such that when they blossom, we're also getting more things to talk about. But if you keep pushing the agenda of one person, we will always have that one person to talk about, and that is it. Because imagine if we had like 7 of them who are at their...
Also, guys need to do so much to put themselves out there, because Joshua Baraka didn't get there by chance. He had a lot of people.
But it goes back to the content creators and the media who always push the agenda that one person is enough. The way they have been pushing for Bebe Cool, Bobby Wine, and Chameleon.
Marco, let me make my point. A lot of guys now have a problem with working with teams. So you see, there's strength in numbers and teams. If you have a team, the ideas that will come to you are different from a personal idea. If you see things at a personal point of view, behind your back, or in our photography, or you know, muntu wa content, or you know, muntu wa skits and stuff.
Media.
You get like often ideology. You don't just make music. Music you can make the music. But then there are guys who will sell the music out, who will tell you, man, you need to make music that is going to speak to someone in Leboti. You need to make music that is going to speak to someone in UCU. Which together, what they are going through, their personal life.
Content that is relatable.
Relatability is what, and that doesn't come when you're alone.
Actually, when you speak of that, when you speak of that, I think it goes down now to the packaging, the video, the lyrics, all that you need to find a way how they blend with the people.
But that doesn't come alone. You have to have a good team with you that tells you, man, now this is not UG standard, this is UK standard, but we need to find something that a Ugandan can tap into Nagaba. So yeah, that is what is lacking in the industry now. And a lot of gatekeeping is happening now. So many people don't get to blow out like they should do because of this gatekeeping things and stuff. So even another video, but
so okutwalizamu ngeri abatubadde twogera
owange twatuse one
Uganda. People need to know we in Uganda and we are talking things that are relatable. So I was saying Waba oli muyimbi funayo DJ go otambula naye naye oli muyimbi toina na personal DJ.
You don't have someone who because but DJs have different.
You an upcoming artist, look for an upcoming DJ like
man. We always have an ear for music, man.
Take a break from the routines you do. The only breaks you people are having nowadays are heartbreaks. Then get breaks from the things you do. Stress.
That's a nice one. That's a nice one. Yeah, but man, you guys need to really like step out and find people to work with because it's really important. I see that as something that can take you far. If you're not working alone. Working alone is good because you'll work on things you want to work on. Obokola byagala. Naye bw'ofuna team ejja ku advising anagamba kakonti kyako bonna akakola slide anakalowoozaako ki. At the end of the day, man, it is the people that we're working for. If I don't work for me. I work for you. Because when I make this content, I put it out there.
Because if you work in teams, then we are creating, everybody becomes a star in a way or the other. Because I believe, say, an artist, also, we have to use Joshua Baraka as a benchmark.
Okay, so
because if Joshua Baraka makes it...
No, before you make that point, I want to point this out. Also, the teams you would make, you should make a team of people who have something. Most people here get managers. Na manager umusinga kumanya abantu ebifo
singa sente.
You are the one introducing the manager literally. You come to a place, you come to a radio station, manager hey, this is Bako, this is Faluk photography, this is slide through. You're like, bro, you should be giving me a proper intro that all these guys know you. So be keen when you're getting these managers or selecting a team. Faluk I know kubanga amanya abantu mu photography. Agamba tukende uono ajatuwa chino. Let's go to this guy in those lights. Neka gatinga gwa wafaluke chokola. Hey, lights to get to the one. You are the brand. At the same time, you're the one giving the knowledge. What is that guy doing?
But again, also sometimes the content creators or the artists or the creatives, nobody stubborn just of they don't want people to tell them what to do. Please allow everybody to do what they can. You cannot be a podcaster. Ne gwa kwata camera, gwa take mu filters. I mean. Give yourself a break, like step aside and let other people do. Take their knowledge, take their advice. Man, yeah, so focus on creating the content. And in that way, all of you are going to grow. Because if I grow as a podcaster, also the person who's capturing the videos is growing in one way or the other. Weather for two. But yeah, so that's it. So we need to put in the work starting now. Especially you the millennials, and you know balemera konyo ransonga. No. Listen. At some point we are going to be some point we are going to be in the 50s, we are going to be in the 60s, and we are going to have a depressed generation. We are going to have a depressed generation whereby people have not been connecting. Some of you are going to try to look for us in 60s when you no longer want to step out, and we even have forgotten you because you've not been around. At times when we are active because you're so engaged with your job. Guys, I'm not asking you to go to one of the bars. If you know your friend stays in Charlie Wajala, also stay in Charlie Wajala. On a weekend, go check them on. Even if you're not in the same locality, give him a call and be like, hey man, what's up? How have you been doing lately? All you want. Let's catch up on some chai. Next thing you know, next thing you know, guy, man, I know this guy who does this and I see you doing this. Because there is no way I'm just going to open up to you if we don't talk like that. But most of our conversations, man, we are too egocentric, man. So, at the end of the day, it goes back to you leaving a legacy that is sustainable. Because the things you're doing now are the things that are going to affect your parents. For example, so many of you, you're in jobs whereby your parents are the ones who connected you. Why? Because your parents had friends who were in those jobs. For you, who are you going to connect, or who is going to connect your kids when you're not talking to anybody? What kind of legacy are you? No. What kind of legacy are you going to leave whereby your kids cannot even talk to your friends to ask for jobs? Which kind of legacy are you living? The only legacy you're living is legacy, nothing else.
Let me tell you, my job as a parent is not to get for you a job.
Not to get you a job, but the connections. Because trust me, many of our people are thriving on connections that their parents had.
My job as a parent is not to get for you a job.
It's not, but your connections can help.
Yeah, but if as a parent I'm able to talk to someone that knows someone that can put you somewhere, that's a plus for you.
Yes.
My job is to groom you, nurture you, and educate you, and do all those things for you.
But it gives
put you in position.
It gives you an edge.
Because
it gives you an edge. Should you have made...
You're going to mislead a generation. You're going to mislead a generation here. And make them think that when kuzala nenkukuza, nurturing and I have to also get you a job.
But again, I'm not talking to children. I'm talking to people who are now parents. By the time you grow up to a point of you working, or in Amagaz, you have a brain of your own. Start something. All of those guys you see, they started somewhere. They may have started even smaller than you think. You guys go out and look for your own paths. Create your own paths. Because if I tell you what my parents used to do, I'm nothing close to them. Nothing. Yes, they used to love music. They used to do all those things. Yes, I give them kudos for that upbringing, foundation.
maybe Uncle, they sort of different from them. My mom was a teacher. I don't think like teachers at all. I'm doing something different.
No, but for you, Slide, you're having it in a way that for you to teach, you need to be in a school. Some of us don't have to be in schools to teach. Because even what we are doing now, we are teaching. Right now, we are teaching. I know people who are tutoring. By the way, let me first put this. For you upcoming DJs, guys who want to learn DJing, please check out Derek Files. Very good tutor. He has really...
Acacia man.
I know so many people have graduated and out there. Please check out Derek Files. You can go on TikTok, Instagram, Derek Files.
Solid guy.
Very solid guy, and he's good at teaching. He also has a DJing equipment. You can always look out for those, and he'll give you the best.
Talking about DJ equipment, we buy our own equipment for our own use, personal use. DJ Derek Files.
He's the one who hires those things. If you want events, lighting,
even
check out Derek Files.
MEG has those.
MEG, Gong Academy. All those guys do the same things. You have an event, reach out to them, and they'll also give you the best DJs. Guys, reach out to us to avoid it. So, I think now we can wrap this up unless there's anything else you want to put out there.
There's nothing much. But guys, thank you for tuning in. The man on the camera is always Faluk Photography. Yeah, man. Reach out to the guy. Give him gigs. Comments to the
and for you, the creatives out there, we understand there's so many challenges you go through, but please,
it's about reaching out.
Continue creating, but again, like I mentioned, please step out to those places, to the people you're making for the content. Don't make your content and keep it in the bed. You're a DJ. The mixes are on Miss Cloud. They're on YouTube. But we are here. We never see you.
It's something people overlook or underlook. Bro, when you see someone you know, bro, you come, reach out to
Make that connection.
Yeah, be like, bro, what's up? My name is this. Because I do that. If I know someone and I think they don't know me. Because go watch mind to your guy, you don't follow me, I'm following on social media. And personally, bro. Because you're not out there like that. I reach out to guys and I be like, hey man, I'm slide through. What's up? Nice to see you. I know you. You give yourself a proper intro.
And mind you, there's quite a lot out there that people can create. Creating is more. Creating is not just social media. Guys, make yourselves productive. Some of you have built homes. You have homes. Go and start a garden. There's nothing that gives you joy seeing cucumbers that you've grown.
There's nothing I love about the garden.
No. For you may not want it, but there are people out there who, creativity is in so many ways. You can do furniture.
I don't even like flowers.
You can do furniture. You can do flowers. God didn't just give you power to create kids. Use all your powers you have. It's not just manpower. For you, all the powers they give you, only use manpower. So, guys, there's so much you can create. It's not just creating kids.
No, but the
power that God gave you to create.
Everywhere.
And in that way, you'll kill the boredom, you'll kill the stress.
You raise a good point. You have to be creative in all ways. Doesn't mean you're never a social media. But social media helps you get to someone you don't know. It helps you reach out to someone in Chege.
But it starts with creating. Because, for example, if you're a chef, before you get to the camera, you're creating something. If you're a gardener, because I watch quite a lot of content, by the way, and I see most of the people in Uganda here all into music, gossip. But Europe, guys are on gardening. Someone is showing how you can plant tomatoes. I mean, there's quite a lot out there to create.
How to,
Nemusiramu tunavano wali amabala gabatasasula so musiramu so weta akapapula ka batasasula eta list
sigenda kuchikola
baleke
sigenda kuchikola because now me I'm out of that whole phase of mentioning brands and stuff the wrong reasons. Yes, biba but like I let guys be because me I'm a creative. I won't dwell on a million that Jota per day. I'll look for another million to make and make sure the next time you see me I'm fresh, I'm sleek, and I'm still that productive. No, it's never going to happen. So
my people of Charlie Wajala,
Ninas,
Ntinda, leave alone Ninas, Ntinda, Najera, Buate. We do have Bree in-house services. Please check out that lady, Bree in-home. She does shopping, she does babysitting, she does laundry. So all those things that are in-house, please always check out. You'll see the details there on the poster. Reach out to her, and I really trust her because I don't usually want to recommend people who I do not know who are going to cause us problems. So please check out that lady. She's really good with her babysitting. Give her those things, and in that way you can be able to come and step out knowing your kids are safe with my colleague Brenda. So please take time, check her out, and Today we are recording from Nina's Bar and Restaurant in Chaliwajala, just on Chimbeja Road. So please, if you find time, come and step out. Today we are having a quiz. We are having Nyama Choma, hosted by Hype Man. We have DJ Grammar. We have Jeffers, who's the lady. Today's Women's Day. By the time we are recording this.
There's a lady, yeah.
So, come, let's have a good vibe. And bang, there are so many places. There's karaoke, the drop. Guys, my people in Muyenga, go check out the drop every Friday. Slaughter Ellie, DJ Sheldon.
Yeah, man.
Go always check out those guys. They're having nice food at that place. The karaoke is really amazing. I was there. Those guys were playing reggaeton and I was... Imagine karaoke reggaeton. I even had a recording there. So please always go and check out those places. And often those of you who know me on my set has always put out places where you can always go and check. Always reach out to me. Check for the prices. Check for the directions. Ask me what is accepted and what is not acceptable. What events do we have? Spanish Town.
Spanish Town is coming back.
Spanish Town has already come back, so we'll keep you posted on that for those who love reggae and dancehall.
We have an event coming with the team. It's going to be an amazing event. You guys should look out for that. We're trying to build something here that is open to everyone. So yeah, more information will be loading. I've been posting about it on my socials, but more information is going to be coming through. It's an event that is going to be colorful, strictly music and food. We're going to be just having a good time as we eat. It's a brunch kind of thing, so yeah. It's going to be a massive thing.
So, be on standby, waiting for that. And we'll keep you posted, of course, on the Dark Horse podcast. Man. Subscribe, like. Yes, please.
Give us a thumbs up. You can even give us this. Option I always, if you don't like what we do this.
Most important thing is that you've reached out and we'll get to know why. Yeah, so the people who love rock music, it's now available at El Neville.
Yeah, man.
Always go there every Thursday. It's quite a wide range. Nina's themselves, they do have a rock night on a Thursday. So if you're near Chaliwajala, Nina's always has rock. Always reach out to me if you get to know the information. Even if you comment on the podcast itself, I'll reach out to you and give you the directions. El Neville is right behind Oryx Chiwatule every Thursday. For you who love rock music, Dexter DJ and Philip Kilia, very bad guys in that side. Other than that,